she filed for divorce from fellow country singer Ruston Kelly in July 2020. And no doubt the heartbreak from that relationship has fueled the latest project by Kacey Musgraves. The 33-year-old six-time Grammy Award winner released the trailer for her visual album Star-Crossed on Monday, which was billed as a modern tragedy told in 3 acts. Scroll down for video. In the dramatic 2-minute clip, she stars as a bride on the run while joined by a star-studded cast including Schitt's Creek's Eugene Levy, Season 13 RuPaul's Drag Race winner Simone, rapper Princess Nokia, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood actress Victoria Pedretti. The video also has heavy inspiration from Quentin Tarantino's 2003 and 2004 films Kill Bill Vol. 1 and 2, as Kacey not only plays a bride but the actual church from the movies was featured at the beginning of the clip. The 19th-century mission-style desert chapel in Lancaster, California plays a crucial part in the films, as it is where Bill, David Carradine, sent a hit squad to massacre the bride-Beatrix's, Uma Thurman, wedding party there, thus leaving her in a coma only to return seeking vengeance. Like the bride-Beatrix, Kacey ends up in the hospital, but after a car accident instead of a shootout, as she is fitted with an interesting metallic chest piece in the visual directed by Bardia Zainali. The procedure seemingly made the singer superhuman, as she is later seen racing a black horse while barefoot by the Los Angeles River. Another movie inspiration came in the form of Simone, Princess Nokia, and Victoria Pedretti wearing their best late 90s outfits while walking in the mall, which seems to be a reference to 1999 film Jawbreaker, as they are later shown opening a trunk just like an iconic scene in the black comedy. The film synopsis centers around 3 of the most popular girls at Reagan High who accidentally kill the prom queen with a jawbreaker when a kidnapping goes horribly wrong. Eugene Levy is also seen later as a doctor who is wearing a Prada lab coat. The video concludes with a montage of several clips including singing and choreography like a Broadway musical, as a message flashes across the screen reading, "What if our darkest tragedy became our greatest triumph?" Her 4th studio album will be comprised of 15 songs, as she talked about some of the musical inspiration behind it during an interview with Zane Lowe on Apple Music One. She explained, "I feel this record couldn't be more literal in some ways. But I also feel it's got this theatrical kind of almost fantasy take on. I wanted there to be that, just kind of that classical story. That classical vibe, kind of woven through all these other modern sounds. Which I always love when something classic or something traditional, something futuristic kind of meet. I just am always intrigued by that. Whether it's in fashion, etc." Kacey said that the project will do a bit of genre bending, as it will sound a little more country than her 2019 Grammy Album of the Year winning Golden Hour, but will also take on all types of other inspiration. She said, "I think that there are certain aspects of this record that sound a little bit more country, I guess, than Golden Hour. I don't know. But at the same time, I feel like I'm tapping into more influences on this, widespread influences on this album. I don't know, there are some moments that kind of bring it back to that, where you can see kind of the relation to my previous music." No doubt plenty of the content in the album is inspired by her divorce. Back in May, Musgraves was completely candid about the destruction of her marriage with fellow country musician Ruston Kelly in her June/July cover feature for Elle. The space cowboy hitmaker explained, "I felt, in many ways, on top of the world in my career, but in my personal life, I felt like I was dying inside. I was crumbling. I was sad. I felt lonely. I felt broken. Kacey met Rustin, 32, on a songwriting date at the Bluebird Cafe in Nashville in 2016 and enjoyed a whirlwind romance which ended up being the inspiration for her highly successful 2018 album Golden Hour. The two were engaged later that year and married on October 14, 2017 in Tennessee before ultimately filing for divorce last year in July 2020. Musgraves was honest about the end of their marriage, which came at the peak of quarantine amid the COVID-19 pandemic, as she said that being forced into self-isolation was a bit of an awakening for her. She explained, "I could have coasted for another couple of years. Just not paying attention to my feelings or not really dealing with some things." The Follow Your Arrow hitmaker became incredibly introspective during that time as she asked herself tough questions including, why did I make these decisions? How did I get here? How can I prevent myself from getting there again? Why do I keep choosing the same kind of people? She also went on to second-guess some of the choices in her life. "I would love to meet the person who makes a very insane life decision and is just," she snapped her fingers according to Elle writer Veronique Hyland. Fine from then on. The star-crossed visual album is set for release on Friday, September 10.